Morning, shroomers, spore walkers, mushroom loving folk. I'm in a state natural area with big old growth oaky hardwoods, which is the perfect place to be in summer for all your mycorrhizal choice edibles and saprobic digesters like chicken of the woods. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It is mid-June and there really aren't any mushrooms up during this period regularly. We just had a big rain, but there hasn't been time for fruiting, so I'm not expecting to find much. But when we get to a nice little bench, I'll talk to you a little bit about the sulfur shelf mushroom, also known as chicken of the woods. Join me today. So here's some news for you. In Wisconsin, the laetiporus genus that makes chicken of the woods comes in, in varying degrees of possible toxicity. I mean, you're not going to die. What happens is some people just react to it. They get a tummy upset and other issues coming out different holes of the bodies. So the first subspecies is the least reactive. That would be Laetiporus cincinnatus. Sorry if I'm butchering the Latin. That polypore is characterized by a white underside and a lighter pinkish orange top. So the pores underneath are white. It is saprobic. You'll find it a lot of times on the base of white oaks, but it digests all kinds of stuff, hardwoods it likes. So with that one, consuming it for the first time properly cooked, you get about a 2% of people eating it have a bad reaction, and they don't want to eat it ever again. So that's Laetiporus cincinnatus. It's much rarer than the common chicken of the woods. Just saying. In Wisconsin, southeastern Wisconsin and northern Illinois, one of my favorite mycorrhizal trees is the white oak. It has kind of a smooth, lighter colored flaky bark. The leaves, they're rounded on the tips. Rounded instead of pointy. You can see them laying around here. And it makes chanterelles, black trumpets, oftentimes lobster mushrooms. In this part of the state, great tree. My second tree choice for mycorrhizal edibles is the red oak. I mean, look at these deep fissures. Really beautiful bark. Very different from the white oak. And here's its little pointy leaves. See how they come to points? Red oak on the right and white oak on the left. You can kind of see rounded, pointy. So you can kind of tell what's what. Great tree. Chanterelles, black trumpets, all your summer mushrooms. So find yourself a beautiful forest with lots of oak is what I'm telling you. Sweet tooth fungi, the Hydnum genus also likes these. Probably another month out yet though before we start seeing the fruiting. It likes a little more heat and we got to get some more rain. It has been so dry, even though it rained well yesterday everywhere and we're expecting some more. We are inches under for rain in this area, and we had rain but the ground is hard yet, so hard as a rock. Not great news. Let's look around. Well, here's some fruiting bodies. And there's more down here and plenty more here. First fruiting bodies of June. Here's some little bitty guys. Look at here. Look at this little guy here. What are you? Oh. marasmus. I have to look these guys up. Cool. Well, we found a few fruiting bodies. Nice. So laetiporus sulphureus, the most common chicken of the woods, is the one you're all familiar with. Bright orangey, kind of red on top and bright yellow underneath. It's a polypore, so there's pores, not gills underneath. It's shelf-like. It digests wood. Usually find it on rotted hardwoods, and it loves your hardwoods. About 10 to 15% of the people that eat it get feeling unwell. I definitely would try a small piece first if you've never had it cooked really thoroughly. Undercooking is one way to get an upset stomach with these. You don't want that. This is probably the most common chicken of the woods, abbreviated cow, C-O-W, that you can find. A lot of people eat it, enjoy it. I eat it and enjoy it. I like it breaded, fried up, and dunked in marinara sauce, baby. Mwah. But, you know, exercise caution if you have anybody with medical conditions or things like that. Give them a tiny piece to try. We just had rain, and look how dry and cracked the trail still is. Oh, man. We need like inches more rain to make some mushrooms around here. Like any edible ones is what I'm talking about. Well, one good thing about it being dry, no bugs. So, do any of you know what a hemlock tree is? It's a conifer. We get those more in northern Wisconsin. He's in Wisconsin, of chicken of the woods, laetiporus 𝐒𝐷, and, you know, butchering the Latin once more. Looks exactly like your laetiporus sulphureus, the most common chicken of the woods I just told you about, okay? Exactly, except it's fruiting on hemlock. Do not eat this. 50% of the people who eat this, cooked or not, don't feel well after. 50%. Stay out of the hemlock forest. Stay out of the conifer forest. If you have any question about the rotted wood because it's in a mixed forest, pass it by. You really don't want to be that sick. Dryad saddle. Another polypore. But this log usually has a lot of yellow oysters. Nothing. Too dry. Keep walking, looking for those trees that sprout the mycorrhizal edibles, like your delicious chanterelles. Find a big hardwood forest and check all the oak trees. Further north, they like certain conifers as well. I'll list all that stuff later when we get to picking those. But insofar as your chicken of the woods, remember, laetiporus cincinnatus, white underneath, associated with white oaks at the base of them. 2% of the people have reactions. Laetiporus sulphureus, bright red on top, bright yellow underneath. Decomposes hardwoods. And about 10 to 15% of the people who try it, upset tummy. Oh. So there's that. And finally, laetiporus 𝐒𝐷, more north, up in the hemlock forest, conifers. 50% of the people get sick. Don't eat that. Don't take that risk. I only recommend you eat mushrooms that you can positively identify 100%. You are solely responsible for IDs that you make and what you decide to consume and feed to your friends and loved ones. Use multiple sources. When in doubt, do not pick it. Okay, look what we got here. We got some yellow oysters popping. And they're so dry, they're ruined. Look at these little pins, ruined, dry. And now they've been doused in water. I'm not gonna pick them because basically I don't need some dry old yellow oysters. So the laetiporus genus is a choice edible when properly cooked and identified. Make sure you know what you're doing with that one. Make sure you have some level of caution about eating it, and don't do it if it's from a conifer tree. Just don't. That's my recommendation. People do what they do, pick what they pick. I always want safety first. That's my deal. That's my jam for y'all. Be safe. I want you to have good experiences with wild mushrooms, not be barfing and stuff coming out the other end. You know what I'm saying? Be smart. Nice fresh red oak leaves. That's how they look. That's a fresh white oak leaf for you. Real nice. Rounded edges. So chicken of the woods, fruit in late spring, summer and fall, depending on moisture and temperature oscillations, okay? They will continue to digest the piece of wood they're fruiting on till it's pretty much broken down. So you can expect they'll come back year after year, maybe at different times, but keep checking that log. It's got that mycelium, chewing it up, it'll make a fruiting body for you. So how do you tell if a sulfur shelf mushroom is fresh? Well, definitely. Oh no, I think they put a sausage in here. Hope not. So, how do you tell a sulfur shelf is fresh? Well, it's not a light bleached, UV light, sunlight bleached color. It's a rich orangey color, pinkish red, orange, yellow color on top, and bright yellow on the bottom. Unless it's Cincinnati and it's white. It's plump and juicy. Plump and juicy. Just like a steak and egg bagel. I get a lot of pictures of sulfur shelves that are no good. I know you want to find them, and when you do, you're excited. Don't eat them all. So if you're excited about your sulfur shelf find, make sure it's fresh, juicy, brightly colored, plump, not dry, not sun bleached. Then it'll be delicious, just like the sandwich. Get yourself a juicy steak and egg bagel, y'all, no cheese. It's yummy. Don't eat old dry sulfur shells. Get fresh ones. Plump and meaty. So mid-June, you know, you might find some sulfur shelf mushrooms, yellow oyster mushrooms, but not much else in the way of choice edibles. You gotta wait till July, and rain is necessary, and lots of it. Your mycorrhizal species that come back every year, chanterelles, black trumpets, sweet tooth, hedgehogs, you know, and the like, they like that midsummer heat. My rule of thumb is lots of bugs, lots of heat, lots of rain. Get out there and summer shroom. All right, well, good luck with the 𝐒𝐇𝐄𝐋𝐅 genus. Enjoy. It's really a delicious mushroom, very firm, very chicken-like. And thanks so much for joining, for subscribing, for liking, for commenting. I appreciate that so much. It touches my heart. And until next time, be the shroom. You know it.